Alright students, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve quadratics by using the area model or by factoring. Just to review before I say anything else, a quadratic equation is a polynomial that looks like ax squared plus bx plus c. If we're talking about just this two, this is a linear term, which is what we did last year. The ax squared is what makes this a quadratic. And again, a, b, and c are known numbers, so I'm always going to give you a, b, and c. When we solve a quadratic equation, we're finding the roots. I misspelled that, but that's supposed to be the roots, or points where the parabola crosses the x-axis that make this equation true. So let's get to our first example. Let's say I told you something like solve the equation x squared, that's an x, plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Now to solve this, first thing I want to do before I do anything else is going to be to identify. In this case, I want to identify a. I know that a is going to be 1 because it's the number next to the x squared. B is going to be 5 because it's the number next to the constant x. And c is going to be 6, which is going to be the regular constant 6. Now that we got that down, feel a little bit more comfortable going on with everything else. So step 2, the area model. The area model, like we worked on before, you draw the box, you draw the 4 centers in the middle, and the 1x squared, the a term, is going to go on the bottom left. It doesn't actually matter where you put it, but I like to keep it consistent. And the 6 is going to be up here. Now, again, I want to say this again. It doesn't actually matter where you place it. Just keep it consistent. And I'm going to put this on pause because this will come in handy in a little bit. Step 3 is going to be the diamond. Oops. Diamond with a D, not with a B. Diamond. Start off with your diamond. The two numbers that are going to go on top is going to be 6x squared. And I got these by multiplying the 6 and the 1. So I get 1x squared, and I get 6x squared. The number at the bottom is going to be 5x. I'll change my colors. Most of you probably figured this out, but this is actually going to be the c term. Now what I'm asking myself is what two numbers when I multiply I get 6x squared equals, but what two numbers when I add I get 5x. This is probably going to be the hardest part for most of us because you kind of have to plug and check until you get them. Some options could be 2, 5 and 1, 2 and 3, things like that. And you have to get kind of creative with this. And I tell you right now that this one is going to be 3x plus 2x will give me 5x, and 3x times 2x is going to give me 6x squared. So be careful with those. That's the little hard part. So I'm going to write this in here, 3x, 2x. I'm also going to come back to my area model. Let me scoot this over. Now I'm going to say 2x, 3x. This is going to be step 4. Factor and solve. I'm going to ask myself what two numbers can I take out from the 2x and the 6x. It's going to be a 2, x, x, and a 3. Why does this make sense? Because 3 times x is going to be 3x, x times 2 is 2x, x times x is x squared, and 3 times 2 is 6. From here, I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to say step 5 going to be to use the zero property. Now this is going to tell us that x plus 2 times x plus 3 equals 0. Where do these numbers come from? X plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 3. Let me scoot everything up. The zero product property tells us that x plus 2 equals 0. Minus 2, x equals 2. And x plus 3 equals 0. Minus 3, x equals 3. So there's our first example. If you want to look for more examples, please go ahead and come after school any day this week and try the classwork. The answers are on Schoology, so make sure you're trying those on your own time.